Hi folks, I want to do a review on this scope. It's a Firefield 2.5x-10 with the built-in red laser. I didn't find much on the internet when I was looking to buy this scope, so I went ahead and bought it and figured I would do my own review once I got the scope. I paid $79 for it. Usually you find it around $100. I paid $79 for it. But you get what you pay for. I mean, there's some things right off the bat about this scope that I didn't care for. One of the things is the click adjustments. When you go to adjust, especially with your up and down, it's supposed to be quick adjustments, but you basically guess at it. I mean, it just has a gritty feel. I mean, they're supposed to be clicks, but it just feels gritty. Now your windage, now those are click adjustments, but the up and down, it just doesn't, it's not what you would expect. Another thing is with the scope, is the way it's mounted. I mean, it has its own base. It sits really low. Now if you're putting it on an AR like I have here, but if you have the carry handle, you'll be alright. But I had to get a riser to raise it up a little bit, because it just sets too low. Now I did have some problems with it. The caps, I mean, it has a red and green reticle. I don't know if you can, how well you're going to be able to see. But I had some problems with it staying on. I would put the, it was supposed to be in the off position. I looked through the scope and you just see it faintly a green color. Well, I had to take the cap off, mess with it a little bit, and it seems like it's staying off now. The laser. I noticed sometimes I pushed the button, the laser didn't work. Well, here I noticed you had to, where you put the batteries in, you had to make sure that was tight. Because if it wasn't tight, the laser won't come on when you push the button. The adjustments for the laser. They have little tiny Allen screws, which are going to be a real pain if you need to move the thing for your windage, because you can't get into it to move it. I mean, for your up and down, you might be alright, but windage, you're going to have some problems. I mean, for the price, I paid $79 for it. You probably find them for somewhere around $100 on the internet. I found a place for $79. I mean, the scope feels good. It feels heavy. I mean, it feels like a better scope. It doesn't feel cheap, but when you start adjusting things on it, you notice that it's cheap. I mean, it has a bullet drop compensator built in where you adjust for the, for shooting like 300, 400, 500 yards. I haven't had a chance to try that, but I'm not sure how well that will work. One of the things I didn't like is if you're shooting, if you have the scope down on 2.5 power and you crank it up to 10, you'll have to refocus the scope. It just gets blurry and you have to refocus, which it's easy enough to focus, but you shouldn't have to do that. I mean, so far I have a 22 conversion in my AR-15. I shot probably at least 1,000 rounds with this scope. I mean, it held up to that, but that's only 22. I've only shot a couple boxes of 223, but I mean, the scope, it is a cheap scope. If you're thinking about buying this scope, I think I'd look for something a little bit better quality, just in my opinion. But if you just want something cheap to throw on, I mean, it will do for that. But if you want something that's a little bit better and higher quality, you're going to have to pay more to get it. But just wanted to throw this out there. Any guys looking for this scope, thinking about getting it, just to give you a heads up on what you can expect when you buy it. I didn't find too much on the internet before I bought it, so I just wanted to give people a heads up that are looking at this scope now. Alright.